Okay, I call the meeting of the Newbury Historical Commission to order November 18th, 2021 at 7:03 p.m. at the Newbury Fire Station. We'll have a pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Welcome, new member Rich.
Again.
Yeah.
Very well.
Had to read that out loud, thank you so much.
Minutes for the last 2 minutes meetings.
Which are probably out of order.
So we'll do September's first.
Those are the ones that Lon did in my absence.
Which ones? These? No, these. Really? September. God, I did a good job. Oh, September. I don't have September.
You do, I
It's
did.
the one that is Staples?
Sorry, I didn't put those up.
Hey.
Sorry.
Oh yeah, that was my birthday.
Yeah.
Well, I wanted to do it.
Were you there?
Not the, I wasn't at August because it was my birthday.
Okay, we're doing September.
No, I know, I just remembered.
Oh, I'm
Because the
sorry.
meeting's of this minute, and I said, I don't remember any of this because it was my birthday, that's why.
You don't remember anything about it.
Well, sometimes it happens, but, you know, it's been a while.
Said I thought I printed them.
But you do that.
For some reason.
You do that.
it's small.
No, it's because you've got the, any changes shown.
Oh,
I don't ever do that unless, the only time I ever did that was when we were looking at the master plan. Because we had to see what everybody was fixing or changing. Too confusing. Anything?
Any errors, omissions, or changes to September 23? No, I'll entertain a motion to accept.
Second? I move we accept?
Move to accept. Second.
Second?
second.
Second on lawn. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. To October 5th. No, this is the library meeting.
Yeah, you were
Yes.
doing that. That was,
It was hard to try to capture, just not make it 28 pages long, so.
I was just gonna say, yeah, this is an interesting summary of the brainstorming, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's short and sweet. This is the shortest minutes I ever read. Because I deleted all the lines we don't need.
Okay, entertain a motion to accept any corrections, errors, or omissions.
No, I think you're good.
All right, Looking for a motion to accept as written.
So move.
Lon,
I'll
second.
I'll second it.
Becca, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, done.
Okay, good.
That's for you. Here, guys. Cross me.
Okay, treasurer's report.
Treasurer's report, not much has changed, except we have another $85 in the gifts account, and I closed that out, whatever the last day was.
Is that from the house?
Yeah, for the schoolhouse, yeah. So we have a total of $205 this year, which was just not too bad.
Not bad.
Good.
Yeah, we usually break 200, and this is about right. We've got the total, I haven't got the last bill yet for the porta potty on the general account, but the total is going to be 600 when we're done, so I put that in the commitments folder, and we're left with $1,200 for the years. And special account, we haven't spent anything this year, $3,456.67. And the gifts account, then we'll have a total with that, the one hasn't hit yet, $1,972.65. And the underneath the bottom is what the town thinks we have right now for a balance, because some things haven't gone through yet. So,
Not bad.
yeah.
Okay, have you contacted them about picking the toilet up?
Oh, it's gone.
It's gone?
I thought I put that
Okay.
in here.
I don't think at this point. It's kind of cold.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is, removed, 3 November 2021. Okay, yeah.
All right.
Thought I put it in there. So, yeah, it's gone, so.
Good stuff.
And I thought that was a nice one this year. It's a little larger, they
It was.
seemed to take really good care of it. It didn't blow over this year, so it's a
That's-
little sturdier
That's a
than
good
the other ones were.
plus.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it wasn't, I was appreciative of the extra
Cleanliness.
room and, yeah.
Well, this is super clean. That's always like a never.
Well, this
go
is the
in
one
there.
I wanted to do
I know.
last year, but they worked a little bit.
I
This
know.
year, they actually came in with a lower bid,
Fantastic.
so we got to get the one we wanted, and it was cheaper.
Okay, we need to accept those?
Yeah, you should probably.
All right, entertain a motion to accept the treasurer's report.
I make a motion to accept the treasurer's report as received.
I will-
Second.
I will second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, website report.
Still kind of chugging along, needing more things, but I think it's probably gonna take me another month or two to really have anything to show you guys, realistically. So-
I owe you some pictures
You
yet
owe
that
me
are on the
pictures?
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
The
I'm
dollhouse pictures and the other.
Yeah, I think realistically, I want to start going to the library to work on the library stuff, and I'm gonna like try to compound doing both things. So it's like scanning things that we have for the library, then it can also help me to compile them for us for the website, so I can like be able to have them. 'Cause we need to do that.
Okay, under new business, we're gonna have more stuff for you to do on the website.
Good, okay,
So we'll cover that in a minute.
okay.
Is there anything you need budget-wise?
I mean, let me see if there's any programs that I might need to invest in, but at this point, I don't think so. But that's why I'm seeing what limits I can do with the freeness before I need to like,
So you're gonna go forward with the changing with?
I'm gonna try to like
agencies?
rebuild it and then relaunch it, like, that's basically what my husband said, work on it first, but leave the old one up until we're ready to go, versus like trying to take apart that one.
So have you got a platform that you're working with, or are you just?
Yeah, I like Squarespace and stuff, I'm kind of trying to like see with the free ones right now, which kind of work better,
Mhm.
and then if I can get away with it and redo it with a free one, I'd rather it be free, and then not have to spend any money on it, but if it's really limited and sucky with the free ones, then I'll say, all right, well, maybe we should go with this one, which is a little bit more, or whatever, like a subscription or whatever. I'd like to try to do things free as much as
So is
possible.
Yahoo still a host, right?
Yeah, and I have all that stuff, but that's why
So
I'm.
do they offer any software?
Yeah, it's they have their own sort of like, build your own website things. That's why I'm trying to like see if any of them look clean enough and not too like a kid did it. I don't want it to look like a kid did it. It's kind of my thing. Anyways.
No, it is a professional thing.
Yeah, it just,
you know,
that's what I mean, like, you
and
just
it's a
have to
big
like,
thing for the town.
oh,
that-
100%.
Yeah, so,
That's why I don't want it to look like a kid did it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yes,
All right, correspondence.
we got a letter from Michael Steinitz, who's the Deputy State Historic Preservation Officer for the Mass Historical Commission, to tell about this 2022 survey and planning grant cycle.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
so everything has to be in before certain deadlines, and we are not into this right now, but we should be maybe next year. So we should start looking at this information.
What's the money
Probably.
for? What can you get a grant, what kind of work?
Like some of them are, they're 50/50 grants, but if we want to try to get the historical information on the houses and things that we're gonna need, especially if we're gonna try to do stuff with the Lower Green, then we'd have to get matching funds with the town.
Okay.
So we want to get that all figured out before, so maybe we should be, thinking about, it would be for 2023 fiscal year, but fiscally, we're in 2022 anyway, because July 1 is the beginning of fiscal 2022, so
I think that's so weird.
it's an
Half and
accounting
half.
thing, yeah. But it ends in June of 2022, that's why it's the fiscal year end.
Which is,
So when are the, what are the, I'm sorry, what are the values, amounts you can get? Is there a limit, or is there average? I mean, we're talking,
I honestly
Hundreds,
didn't read this whole thing
thousands.
yet, because I just got it from the post office, from our thing, but they should not be for less than $7,500.
oh, okay, so real
And,
life money?
A minimum total project would be 15,000, so 75 from the town, 75 from the
Right.
state.
Yeah, that's 6 years of our budget.
right?
So,
I'm trying to think, like, what would
I mean,
be
it
really-
says like projects are 6 to 12 months in duration and should be started administratively July 2022.
What about the archives?
I was just saying
Yeah.
that, like, that's the type of thing, like, if we wanted to hire somebody and we had a plan for it, that might be a perfect situation
Yeah,
Or hiring a developer to do the website?
for that.
No,
But
that's
I would
not what this
rather-
is for at all.
Okay.
I would say the archivist makes more sense, right?
It's still not what it's for.
No? Can't we like word it funny? Make it work?
Oh. It's pretty much to try to get things on the state registry completely,
I know.
and then on the National Historic Registry. So, and I don't know if anybody ever looked at the thing that we got from the Pink House when they sent us the
yeah.
pages and pages of detailed information and pictures and all of that stuff.
Right, like that.
That's what you have to do for like every single house. So, and if you've ever looked at the one for the Upper Green, it was massive, because there were so many houses involved. So it's a lot of work, and the seminar that I zoomed into, or whatever, that I actually made copies, and they weren't as bad as I thought they were, but they're not. Fantastic.
I was gonna print them, but we were glad I didn't.
Yeah, because it's just,
You've done it.
it sucked the life out of my ink, but it's okay.
Yeah.
But then I took them and made copies. Shows you all the individual, all these forms, all the things that have to be filled out, all the details of all the things that need to do a district. So it's a lot of money, time, and energy, but you need experts
Right.
who know how to do this stuff, because it would take a layperson who's never done it forever. And the lady who is now the new person in charge for us for Mass Historical, is, she did these for, I think she was in Holyoke. And it was very interesting the whole thing was good, so. So I asked the question in this meeting, when they had it opened at the end, and these are not available online at the state, so they're sent to the participants, to the attendees, by the participants.
Okay.
So I got them because I did attend this, but I also signed up for like 2 or 3 more, because I figured even if for some reason I can't log in and watch them, I will still get these, because if you were logged into the, they have one of those sign-in things, I think Everbright or Everbright, I think this one's called. And as long as you're on that list to have wanted to attend the next
You get the
seminars,
information.
you will get the info, so that was good to know. So I went in and signed up for like 3 more, so.
Right.
Because they only have so many, and they were all on that list that we got, it's not that long ago after she sent this stuff out to say, do you want to see these things, what things do you want to look at? And we were all supposed to send the questionnaire back in.
Survey.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, it was interesting, and it was nice, because it was quiet, I was doing it at my house, so it was quiet, and, you could, I took notes, and you could pay attention to what they were doing, and then you knew you were gonna get the stuff, so that's the stuff, so.
Thank you.
But that's what this is all about too, the grant request is all about, funding to do these, intense research information to get houses on the National Historic Registry, or at least recognized by the state as such. So.
Could I, for clarification, so the smallest grant you can ask for is 7,500,
Yeah,
and then matching funds would bring that to 15,000?
yeah,
Okay, so the smallest project you could propose is $15,000?
yeah. So, and
So if
so,
you're paying somebody to do 6 months worth of work, I mean, that 15K would go through real fast, realistically. Like, they're putting 10 hours a week into it or whatever, I mean, whatever
Yeah,
part-time
but
would be.
figure that with the lower green, we're probably talking 20 houses total, and if we had $15,000, that would be, or let's say 20,000, it's easier. Okay, so that's could somebody do a house for $1,000 if we hired somebody, or is it more than that?
I think once you've figured out the routine, it'd be a lot easier to do the rest of the houses. I think it's just with one, that's me guessing, like once you kind of figure
Well, and
out
it exists for some of them, so you'd have a little,
template to go through.
well, you'll have some information, and then you'd have to expand it out, because I've never seen one as thorough as the Pink House.
yeah, see this one that's, you can
Right,
see on
or like
Yeah.
this.
those 3
right,
pages and
Yeah.
things there. I mean, if you go onto Macros and look, it's like 1 page.
Right.
Yeah,
And
there's
it-
like hardly any information on some
Yeah,
of them. It's
right.
like
But at
one
least
word.
we had that much. That's how they were
Yeah.
even recognized on the state register, because we submitted those, but they can be updated
Yeah.
and then resubmitted
Gotcha.
as they get done, but it's a lot of work. And,
Then you say it has to be done by an expert, an architect historian, or a...
well, they have a whole list of people that, this is what they do, and in fact, it was on the Pink House information, I forget what the name of the group was, but that's what they do.
Well,
So
this
they
is-
know-
They've hired 2 people on the Pink House thing. They have 2 hired people handling that now. And Hamilton had a contract company come in and do their house listings, an outside company.
That's what this is all about,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So I can make copies of all of this letter with the survey guidelines and stuff, if anybody,
Yeah,
would want it, and I can just,
Well,
I'll just email it
if we
to you.
decide
I
we
was
want
gonna
to
say
do
email it.
this, especially with the Lower Green Local Historic District, let me know, and I'll work with
Well,
somebody
if
to
there's
write a
a
proposal.
Team of people that already have done it, they might be better to, like, are they available to do it for us? And if they are, then it makes sense to then go after the money, because then it's kind of like putting the you know.
Well,
Well, yeah, we wouldn't go after the money without having an inkling of who's gonna do it.
Right, we're gonna have to have a
Right.
proposal of some kind from whoever's
yeah,
gonna do it.
so
It says
that's
what
all
it's
it
gonna
got, you
cost.
know, it's
Yeah.
it's all intense guidelines and
Okay.
Or even,
on how to do
Have
it.
to go out
even
to,
something like $1,000
bid.
a house.
have to go out to bid unless they were a sole vendor.
I was gonna
Then
say,
there'd be a sole vendor exception.
do we know if there's
That
other
would
people
have to
that do
go,
that? Like,
so-
there must
Yeah, I'm
be.
sure, I don't know that they yet have a list.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
then that would be like, the state is,
Yeah.
you know,
Condone, not like
condoning,
a.
not, but
what's the
giving
word?
them a boost.
Do,
But,
do we have to go out for a competitive bid if they're on our vendor list? The town's vendor list?
Supposed to go out to bid, if it's over 10,000, below that, it's supposed to be sound buying practices, which means you should be pricing stuff out. But like I said, if somebody else is already, if they've already been bid by somebody else, then I think we're exempt. We'll have to check with
I
town
can,
hall.
I would check before I get into that, okay.
But if somebody ever had any free time, to go talk to Hamilton or Mass Historical, see if there's others. Hamilton must have the name. I want to say it was a husband and wife team or something that
Really?
did it. And that was probably 5 years ago.
Did, as far as the local historic district, has this select board done anything as far as setting up a committee that you know of? That was the next step.
I don't think so, because I wasn't at the meeting.
Oh, that's right, you didn't make the meeting.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, anyway, I wrote it up, but it was supposedly, JR was gonna either request something of Tracy or something, I can't remember, I'd have to read my own notes now. But I thought we were all waiting on the select board they have to agree to set up a committee.
Mhm.
That's gotta be the first step. And I just wondering if we'd heard anything. I've been totally out of touch.
Okay.
I'll see everybody Sunday, because there's a party at the barn, so I'll make sure I touch base with everybody and what we're doing.
Party for Kenny's?
At Kenny's, yeah. Okay.
So this,
The new barn? The
The
big
new barn, yeah.
Check out the hidden fridge.
Hidden fridge.
You'll know.
Okay.
That was my idea.
it won't be hidden if you keep saying it on camera. Well,
yeah. So in the notes from the September meeting, it says, select persons, Greco and Colby suggested the Citizens Little Green Committee write letters to each member of the select board requesting their help and approval of the endeavor, requesting that they be put on an upcoming select board meeting. Is all that, that's all
Okay.
been
That's
done?
now I remember, yeah, that's right.
Has that been done? Have
I don't know.
they
I haven't
notified?
seen anybody that's on the committee since we met in the living room.
Well, this looks like they want something written, so.
Yeah, oh, well, they do,
well, they'd have to. I mean,
And it says to each member of the select board.
yeah. We'll see what they've done. I'm not on the committee. I was there representing the historic commission.
Okay.
Of course, my house will be in the district,
Yep.
so eventually I'd sign the bottom line.
but there isn't a committee yet.
Yeah, there isn't, well, that committee, yeah.
There isn't a real.
I was thinking the citizens.
Yeah, there's a group.
So the Citizens Committee has to notify each member of the select board in writing that they want them to set up.
That's what JR suggested.
Okay. And who, this Citizens Committee, who's on that and who can reach out to them and?
I haven't seen anybody from the committees since the meeting at the
And when was
first
it?
meeting.
Was that in the summer?
No, that was when I was sick.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking, Cameron.
So,
So I don't know. what
That's
they're
why
doing.
we
I'll-
did the
But I'll
minutes
touch base
for the
with all of
September
them
meeting.
on
Because I mean, if
this
we're,
week.
we're waiting for the select board to do something and they haven't been notified the way they asked to be notified, then it's on us, you know?
well, it's on
It's
them.
on the committee.
Yeah, which is really a group
Yeah.
right now.
It's really,
It's not even a committee.
yeah.
So, it's a very complicated procedure, doing a local historical commission.
Mhm.
And it's got to have a local historical committee. And it's,
Which would be appointed by the select board.
Which is actually
And it's
appointed
in
by the
this
select board, and it's got a whole list of people
61-page
that have to be
document
on.
on how to set them up.
Yep.
Yeah,
Heard
you
that.
need architect.
So
you
in
need
case
a
everybody didn't have it, because I
engineer.
only had a few at that meeting.
No, good. I think yeah.
So I know you took one, I think I
Yeah,
gave you
I
a
got
couple,
one.
one for Robin, you wanted to look at
Yeah,
it, so
I
yeah. So I
read it.
just gave you all one, because now it's
All right,
it
so,
may be a reality and we need to at least,
so let's find out if we can
Look
get
at
that
it.
first step done, which is notifying the members of the select board that we want them to set up a committee.
Yeah.
Okay. On to old business. First thing on my old business list, Jan, you can put this on the agenda for next month when Eve is here. She was going to check with Sales and Trails and find out, update our contact, find out why we're not on the loop with them. Because we're usually listed, when Chris was doing it, we were listed on the calendar for the Sales and Trails weekend and their other
well,
events.
you have to be part of Sales and Trails.
Right, so we need to get that.
Sign up again,
Right,
I guess.
so Eva was gonna try to work on that, and so we'll ask her when she's here next month.
What we've done in the past is kept the school open a little bit longer on that weekend.
Yeah, well, we did it, yeah, so two or 3 days, isn't it?
Yeah, like a weekend? Is it
Yeah.
something like that?
Weekend, yeah. I don't
Yeah.
remember. Well, we don't
But
know.
it wasn't just that weekend, they have other stuff going on, like when they're doing other things in the area. But, yeah, so we should have a liaison that goes to their meetings sometimes and stuff like that.
Okay.
That arranges all the Sales and Trails stuff. Old business, continued Pink House. Town planner Martha Taylor and I spoke this week about their meetings with the Pink House representatives in reference to their zoning board of appeals changes and so on and so on. I said, we've done all our paperwork with the Pink House at this point, and she says eventually they're going to write a preservation restriction on the Pink House if this all goes forward, and did we want to be involved in writing it along with Mass Historical, and I said Mass Historical will do a great job at it, and also what will happen is we still read it and we endorse it.
Yeah.
So we'll still get to see it and be part of it.
And
I
comment.
mean, there's nobody more to do it between all that stuff
So
going on.
that's still moving ahead though, through?
Yeah, they've got a meeting this week. Matter of fact, I think it's tonight.
Is
yes,
it?
7:30.
You better hurry up, because every time I drive by there, it looks like it's in a little worse shape.
Yeah, it's gonna fall down.
Yeah.
Fall down to go do something.
No, it'll
So-
just be white.
Yeah,
All the paint just chipping off.
It is.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so that's the report on that, so everybody's in the loop, so
Yeah.
everybody's informed on that. Old business, the archives meeting that I missed at the library, there's people doing things, stuff going forward?
I don't think anything actually,
that's what the October 5th meeting minutes were about,
Okay,
yeah.
vaguely. I mean, you know,
No. Really, like, I wanna start going there and really just kinda like going through it again, kind of like doing our own inventory and starting it, because I don't know what else to do other than, you know,
so most of
Getting
their
my
stuff
hands in
was,
there.
Do you want
Starting.
help with that?
probably, you know,
Okay.
I think like after Thanksgiving and stuff, once,
Yeah,
you know, we get
okay.
back into the swing of things, I'm just gonna start going there at like 9 o'clock in the morning and start kind of annoying the librarians and getting my hands
so was
dirty.
the general consensus of the meeting was inventorying and recording?
Yeah, and then being able to kind of join everything, right? Because everybody kind of has their own like.
yeah, the
moments of
bottom
everything.
line is they want a universally available website portal that
Has all the stuff.
anybody
everything
can go
digitized.
into.
Yeah.
And right now, so Leslie sent an email with the Laserfiche information that has already been scanned.
Yeah, they've got a
Um,
bunch, which is good.
So it's already on the town website. It's a line, it's right on the front page of the town website. So you can go in and look at certain records that have been scanned because she sends them out every year.
Yeah,
Other things, the actual written, like the proprietor's records from 1635, that in a handwritten cowhide binders, have been preserved.
Yeah,
So we're talking two different things.
yeah, well, I'm not looking to touch those things.
So, I mean, those are, they are available if people want to look at them.
Yeah.
But they have all been, some of them have been preserved. Other things that were, maybe, well, some things can't be scanned, like, because of the light.
Yeah.
Because of the ink. So I don't know, but that's why she has
Certain things sent out, right? Is that what it
professionals
was?
doing
Yeah.
this. So it's not something like, we could go in and help scan these things, because they cannot, the
No,
light from a,
totally, I'm
you
just
know.
thinking of like whatever
Yeah.
we have, that we can just do. I'm
So-
like, might as well start kind of going through things.
You know, so some of the things are already available. So the bottom line is that instead of Jean getting an email from somebody looking for their, you know, great uncle's family from, you know, 1640 or something, the information will be on the website.
And there should be a link from
Yeah.
our website.
Exactly.
And
Have
it's
it all,
the same
have it
thing.
all be together.
It's gonna all be together, like a town of Newbury,
Yeah, portal almost.
portal of all, you know, historical and genealogical information that is compiled by whoever has the information.
Mhm.
And the town does have books that, I forget, it was a long time ago, I guess some women typed up from the actual books, the birth records listing, the death certificate
Yeah, they
listing,
started to
the
actually.
marriage listing that we
transcribe
have in
it.
these great big huge books. Like the books like you guys sign in when you're appointed to a, they typed up all the information, so there are books, so you can quickly look up with different and variant spellings because everybody's name was not spelled
Right.
the same way. It was how it was heard, how it was, you know.
Somebody just stuff.
So the same thing happened in Ellis Island, somebody couldn't understand what they
That's
were
why we're
saying,
telling.
and gave them a new line, and, you know. So those should be available, I would think, fairly soon. There's no reason they can't be scanned, because they're not,
Yeah, reason.
Yeah.
you know, sacred documents and very fragile paper.
If you go to some of the census data, my last name is spelled about 7 different ways.
Oh, I can imagine, yours is crazy.
Right, because they'd say it to somebody, and then that person would write what they heard down.
Yeah,
Right, and then 10 years later, when they do it again, it's spelled differently, and trying to track.
yeah, so that you'll see, if you go in the books, and they have them at the library too, that, you know, you look under, you know, a simple, it seems like a simple name, but, you know, I mean, is it got 2 T's? Does it have an AE? Was it just an A, 1 T? But so they
2
do
M's.
have a lot of things that way. C also's like, so they did an awesome job, whoever did this.
Mhm.
And it's not
And
field
it
proof,
goes
but then you
back
can
to the
go into
library?
the actual books. Those are the gold books.
Okay.
They're gold colored binders. Actually, they look very much like this.
So this is what I feel like I need to get my hands
Dig
in.
in.
And really just kind of like know where these things are and stuff.
So,
I can-
it's like,
But
we
as-
really have nothing.
yeah, it's mostly other people that
I
just.
mean,
and then
ours,
combine
most of the
to it.
things like say that we have at the schoolhouse or whatever, they're not unique items. Like, we were talking about this before when we were talking with the archivist in 2018. You know, the courier books we have need to be taken care of, and they should be preserved, you know, within the schoolhouse, but they're not unattainable documents from any other source. You can go online and print the whole book out.
Right.
So it's about a one-of-a-kind item, like a handwritten,
Mhm.
you know, whatever it might be, a letter from somebody or, you know, things like that. Those are the unique things that, and I don't think we have very many of them. We might have a few. But it's mostly, do we have copies of things that maybe nobody else ever made a copy of?
Mm.
And we don't know where, it, you know, even where, maybe where it originated, but we might be able to contribute a certain amount of stuff from the file cabinet drawers, but,
Right.
you know, most of the stuff at the schoolhouse is not like that.
Unique.
It's
Yeah.
it's a one-of-a-kind thing or anything like that, but, so, we basically don't, I gotta finish the inventory, it's almost all done, but, of what do we get down there, but it's the same thing as the library drawers, we only have,
And we don't have
Certain
anything stashed
information.
anywhere else?
well, who would know?
Well, that's what I'm just wondering.
That's the problem. anything else we had was with Chris,
Right.
and it ended with Chris.
So we need to have a master, so as you go through, leave start a notebook.
That's what I mean, like, I think that's where I need to like
Start
just
a
kind of
trail,
start the
So we
whole,
don't have
Well,
to
we
keep
have,
starting
we
it.
do have, we do have sheets in the file cabinets with what folders are in the drawers.
and those big black ones by the door, the big ones there, or
these
the
are
ones?
the ones we have.
Oh,
schoolhouse.
in the schoolhouse.
Well,
No, out on the floor.
Okay,
Oh.
that are
There's
locked,
2 laterals,
Yeah.
that are
yes.
locked, yeah, okay.
And there is a set of keys at the library
Yep.
for them.
Yep.
I have a set of keys, Nancy has a set of keys, I don't know who else might still have
The
a
only
set
time
of
I've ever
keys.
accessed them, I've gotten them from the counter.
Yeah, so as long as they know, because nobody's supposed to go in there but us,
Right.
because they gave us use of them and we paid to change the locks, I think, too.
That's why I just didn't know if there was like if there was any other stash somewhere, like there's nothing in the town hall anywhere, or?
Well, things that are in the town hall, Leslie should know of.
Okay,
The town clerks, one of the job of the town clerk is to keep the town's records. So,
like we don't have like floor plans from the 1800s
we may,
rolled up somewhere, like that.
you know, there's maps.
Yeah, so
tucked
we
away
just gotta
somewhere.
come up with a system and eventually get it electronically. Don't forget that you get into any of these books, is the place that's the most famous for scanning books is Gordon College over in Wenham.
Okay.
Well, she's using, because we talked about that in the meeting and we talked about that before, all of the records that were done before by that husband and wife team there. What happens when you have someone come in and do all this work for you is they then own the records.
Yeah,
So we have to be very careful.
that's not a good deal.
It's not a
Right.
good deal. So then, they then have the records, they own the records, so we don't ever want to do that again.
Right.
So that's why the people that Leslie uses are like governmental people, they work with all the governments to get the stuff preserved. So
Gotcha.
we won't hit that problem again, but.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So, I mean, mostly it was a rehash of what we did 3
Was
years
there-
ago.
So last time in the what we call the archives room, we had at one of our meetings in there, we discussed access to the archives rooms and access to those books. Was any of that discussed at that meeting?
It kind of came up again because I think I brought it up.
I think they're more nervous about like not being able to kind of monitor it, right?
See, the problem is there's nobody to watch it. There's
Yeah.
nobody to watch them.
Well, once they won't have to if we get the books scanned, and then we can theoretically lock the books up.
Yeah,
Unless
well,
it's,
all the cabinets, the locks have been fixed.
Have they? You can't just pull them open with the,
I don't believe so. I
you
believe
could
all
walk
the
up to them
locks.
and just like grab the metal next to
Yeah.
it and just pull them, and they would just go whoop, and just open up,
Yeah,
like no
so I
problem
believe
at all.
Because the
It's nice to
cabinet,
get a
we went to
lock.
go into that
With
file
these-
cabinet in the
go
back
hook them,
corner and it
right.
was all, the drawers were locked.
Okay,
But the map drawers, I don't think they're locked.
okay.
And that's been a problem because things have gone MIA. But, if everything could get scanned and put on this
Yeah, you
you
wouldn't
know,
have to worry about
complete
them being open.
website, then it would be accessible through our website, accessible from the town website, accessible from the library
Yeah.
website, and then out there. So that it's, if somebody Googles, town of
It'll pop
Newbury,
up, yeah.
it will pop. So that's the ultimate end goal. So if they can get try to get a handle on what we've got, then they're hoping that they might be able to find a retired librarian archivist who might want to work a couple of days a week and, get involved in some of the stuff once it's sort of like we go from A, B to C and we're ready for, somebody who
Yeah.
wants to just earn a few bucks and still kind of maybe this is having their hands on it because some of these things are very addictive,
Yeah,
And
it's a project,
Then they're
have it
going
be
to-
like a
they
project,
might-
and then,
then there's the talk of money, how we're going to pay for it. There's nobody at the library anymore.
yeah,
And,
the hours are different,
and everything's very different. So Tracy suggested that if they come up with they could come up with some kind of a budget of what they might need, like an intern from one of the schools
yeah.
and things like that could be put on the town meeting budget and see if it can get passed, and it's very specific for.
Yeah,
for
have it be
their
like a
use.
special project, not like a job that never ends, just
Yeah.
be like,
So, you know, I mean, it was good because it's been re-enveloped, we're trying to get it back on track.
And then we talked also about there should be a specific scope of work for that person, whoever that person is.
Yeah.
gonna be.
Yeah,
Do we know, did anybody volunteer to do that, or
not
to
yet.
write up the scope of work, or?
No,
No,
but,
I
but you
mean-
know, the only place I could find the video was on our website.
Okay.
It's on the Historical Commission website, you know, on the town. I don't see any other recordings for the trustees of the library,
Oh,
so
really?
I don't know where they are, if they're not taping them or something, but I'd have to ask and find out. But, so
Okay.
that's, if you're looking for that meeting, it's on, you just have to go to us on the town website, where it says on the left-hand corner, it says archived recorded minutes, meetings. It's in there.
It was actually a good meeting.
And they're all on YouTube. That's where you can get them all anyway, so.
Okay, more old business. Lon, did you order the tables?
Bottom.
Bottom, done, good.
What list are you going off of?
It's his own
As
house.
I read the minutes, I script.
I didn't even order them, I bought
Good job.
Good.
So they're there.
They're there. Gotta get mine home.
So Jan and I are tightening up how we handle information requests. When the homeowner sends us an email that says, can I find out, or a realtor, or any person contacts us as the Historical Commission, and they want answers to questions, we're going to, because they keep coming in, they're addressed to, hello, I want to expand my bathroom and I'm in a historic house. So we're gonna, through you in the website, when somebody sends, when they look us up and they go to contact us, they need to do basically what I call a business format.
Okay.
Who are you? Who do you represent? What the information on the property is, the date, and the relevant questions.
So like fill out a little form first before you send
Yeah.
a question
So
request.
you can't,
So you can just
it'll
research.
basically,
Yeah,
it needs to be business format, blind questions will not be answered.
yeah.
We've had this twice this year, literally the last one came in last month, it just started rambling. It didn't say who it was, it's
It's
the
like somebody at like 2
so-and-so
o'clock in the
house.
morning, just like
Yeah.
typing.
It's the so-and-so house, and they're doing an addition, and they want to know if we were gonna stop them. It's like, well, I'm not answering this. So I sent it back, I said, this needs to be in business format. I need to know who you are, who you represent, what your house is, the information on your house, any restrictions that are on your house. Send us pictures, and we will answer you as a committee.
I swear people do that vaguely just because they hope you're just gonna like say no. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, some of them are from realtors, as we all know.
yeah.
Others are, because they come from some other city and town that has these
More
restrictions.
strict, yeah.
Or they've come from a place where they had a local historic commission,
Right.
and they don't want to, they're gonna buy a house that's now in another one of those zones, and they want to know, can I paint my house?
Right, right.
Yeah.
So, you know, or can I change the wall inside my house, because I think they've hit this before.
Yeah.
So if you've got it like, you know,
Yeah.
preservation restriction
No,
on
I
the
mean, I understand
property.
that. It's just funny how people will, you know, not give you any information
Yep.
and things like that.
Not even a name.
Yeah.
Not even a name. They
So-
just gave the 73 certain and so-and-so street, and we're doubling the size of our bathroom.
So we want like a standard form accessible
So
through the
I'm-
website, or?
It's not as much a form as instructions on when you contact us. We're not gonna answer you till
Like, yeah,
you give us all
give us
pertinent information.
Yeah.
I call it business format. I don't know what the rest of the world calls it today.
And we shouldn't have to try and find them to answer their question.
Yeah, all your contact information and
Yeah.
what exactly are you answering? We're not gonna walk you.
Yeah, we've had some funny, like vague, random questions over the years, so that's just, I think he's just at his limit.
Yeah, because, you know, I heard they're tearing my family's old house down, and I don't know why you people aren't doing
Yeah.
something about it.
Well,
Well,
that's a good one.
The angry emails are the best.
yeah.
There's nothing we can do about it.
So-
Sorry.
I think I'll put a little caveat when you open up the historical commission that says if you're requesting information, please see And then on the left-hand side of our website, this is the town website, not the one,
Yep, yep.
you know, this
Mhm.
1635.
Right.
I can put say, click here and let it have a list.
Yeah.
Please
Yeah,
provide
all the
this
stuff that Shannon
information.
said should be
Yeah.
Yeah.
in the request.
Please provide.
So it doesn't
X,
clog
Y,
up the whole
Z.
front of the thing, but it'll say, see the requested information on the left-hand side of the page, so.
Well, an example is the realtor that tried to take out the demo permit this year. Because they just fill it in. It's like, just fill it in and just, well, let's try it.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll approve. And they didn't understand.
Maybe they'll approve. Yeah.
So,
They're already starting to do stuff with that house.
yeah.
Goes fast.
So-
Moves fast.
Okay.
So I will do that, and then I will send it, and,
Yeah,
see
somebody
if I've
approves
attached
and-
to
and
the points
then
and-
we'll get it up
then I
and going.
can just put on there, so.
Okay.
And the other thing is you should all probably go on to the town website. When you log in on the town website, on the left-hand side is the thing that says, electronic notifications, or I forget exactly the wording of it.
Yeah.
But you should go in and click us so that, because that gets the posting before I even send them emails.
Oh.
So you get an email that says, the Historical Commission's having a meeting. So,
Yeah.
you know,
Totally.
that way, in
Who
case, if I missed you off the email I'm sending with info, you'll say, wait a minute, there's supposed to be a meeting. So then it's not a surprise in trying to get people to read their other things, I guess.
And also click all the departments.
You can click a lot, yeah, you can-
You can stand, you can always unclick them afterwards, like some of the nuisance stuff. But like some of the things we grab is like Conservation Commission.
Right.
They'll be talking about demo in a house before we've even taken any paperwork out on it. It's like, oh,
Good
well,
to
we're gonna tear
know.
this house down.
Yeah.
So I read Conservation Commission and obviously Planning Board and that
And
stuff.
zoning.
Yeah, zoning.
See,
Yeah.
the Pink House thing tonight is zoning, to
Is
get
it?
them to, relax the requirements, because anything that's gonna be worked on is supposed to go up. It's right in the middle of a marsh.
Yeah.
So that's what they're looking for, things like that, so.
All right, that's that. New business, I want to forge ahead. I just got to find out how is I've talked to the town administrator a couple of years ago about getting the clerk's position paid for a short period of time every month for the amount of workload that the clerk does. It's way more than ever you see here at this meeting. And
Not for that.
town administrator says you can, we can do that, just has to be made into your budget. So we need to, I need to, I don't even know where to start, but how to make this happen.
Okay.
I'm picturing nothing dramatic, I'm picturing like 8 hours a week. And because we've got so much correspondence coming in, we've got the upper green, we've got the lower green, we've got the management of the schoolhouse, correspondence back and forth with Mass Historical, we've got all the archiving going on, and so I'm going to start the wheels rolling on it. And maybe we'll get it in this Springtown meeting, but I guess there must be a system to doing it.
Okay.
It's just too much work.
You're talking about hiring, having money for somebody like that, would they be a town employee? Or would
No,
it be-
Jan.
Oh, for Jan?
Yeah.
Jan, the queen of paper.
Just replace all of her ink in her printer.
Well, that's great. Just don't pay her too much.
So that's the next thing I'm working on.
Love it. Okay.
And maybe it wouldn't be limited to somebody else, that somebody was, if they're gonna go on site and do what do you call it, the mattress listing on a house that we're gonna,
Well,
it's gonna come up on our horizon.
that's the thing that's gonna happen, because we need,
It's gotta be like a separate person that just focuses on that almost.
well, If
So
everybody,
like I
if
said-
everybody did some of it, then it wouldn't be as bad, but one person trying to,
It's too fractured. doing
because
it
you have
that
to,
way.
you're going through the registry of deeds, and I don't know if you've ever done this to track, but it's exhausting sometimes
Yeah.
because,
People do it for a living.
yeah, I mean, you know, I've gone back on some of the houses, you know, to the, like, 1800s, and then 1700s, you start getting a little loopy, and then
Yeah, I've done my house.
then you have to
first
try to
time.
read
Exhausting.
the hand, you know, because
Yeah.
I can read penmanship, so if people can't read it cursive, then
Yeah.
they're toast already, because they're all handwritten.
I'm a big fan of blowing up the text really big, so I can see it better.
So it's just interesting, but yeah, so I can help you kind of prep or get it started kind of thing, and then see where it goes.
Okay, do we have anything else on the new business?
Nope.
Correspondence we did.
I'm trying to remember when they asked me for my budget for next year, so I thought I could check. Because I thought it was.
Yeah, they ask about
Pretty
4
early.
days before they need it,
They,
so.
they usually,
First of the
they
year.
start looking at it in January, because the town meeting
That's what I
is in
remember.
what, April,
Yeah.
usually April,
Yeah.
May? So,
So,
and everything
I
has
figure
to
the
be.
first of the year, Lon.
Yeah, I'm thinking it might even be in December.
Do it on your Christmas vacation.
I'll have to look. Hmm?
Do it when, you know, when you're out of school for Christmas vacation.
Oh, okay.
Just level fund us.
Oh,
As far as
okay, so
anticipated.
not, I was thinking about including this,
Well, if we get there, we'll let you
It'd
know.
have to go through town meeting, then I'd have to, well,
Yeah.
maybe somebody will, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. So no other unfinished business? You're all set? We got everything there?
Are you kidding? Did
Well,
we,
I didn't want to dredge anything up, but.
did you ever talk to Jack, Eva's husband, to see if he had old growth shingles to fix the roof on the schoolhouse by any chance?
No, I haven't, no. Was I supposed to do that?
No,
I was
just-
supposed to. No, I was supposed to look at the shingles on the roof.
Yeah. I know Eva said she thought Jack might have some, but she's not here to ask, so I'll have to ask her. Check with Eva on shingles. We gotta close up the schoolhouse. I think we forgot about it.
So what needs to be done at the schoolhouse? Anything to,
Well,
finish
Eva
up?
had suggested at the library meeting, actually, I think it was, that, you know, we have all the books standing at attention,
Couldn't have
and
them standing
it's
up.
exhausting the bindings and
Right.
gonna start breaking them down.
Especially when they're, bent over and the bindings are torqued.
right?
And we've got a lot of boxes, we could just
So
lay
we,
on the
remember
box.
we got all
You
those,
gotta take the flags in?
we got
Oh, I was
those,
gonna ask that,
Yeah.
yeah, because the town, the people that take care of the park have taken it on themselves to do some stuff with the flags, and I'm wondering if, I would normally have brought them in when we closed the school down. I was gonna ask that, so I can, we're responsible for that flag, not.
Yeah.
yeah, we usually keep it
Then
in
I'll
the
bring it.
schoolhouse,
I'll
on the
take it.
back bench there, that one of the long trestles.
Yeah.
There was some talk in an earlier meeting about having something done with the windows.
We were gonna get,
Do they
possibly
need
getting
them?
more blinds, right? Did we ever do all
No, I
six?
tried to find some that would match, and there's.
Not yet?
And they don't exist, well, they just don't exist. So I either have to buy all new
six,
ones
yeah.
if we want them to match,
And I've-
or just to agree that the ones on the right won't match the ones on the
Yeah,
left.
And there was also talk about the alarm system, upgrading the alarm system.
Yeah.
Nothing's happening with that? No.
Okay, so I'll bring in the flags this weekend.
So to review with the alarm system, you're gonna see first if the town has a contract alarm company
Yeah.
before we venture. Number one would be see what the town's doing.
Yeah.
Number two would be go back to the original company, which is in Pearson Plaza. And it would be step one and step two as far as that alarm.
What was you said the original what, company? We don't put it in?
Yes,
Oh, we do.
yes.
Yeah, it's, what's her name, isn't it?
It's Linda Allen's company that's in Pearson Plaza. But we don't know, first would be is to find out if the town already has an alarm company on retainer.
Right.
Approved alarm company, because that would be step one. If the answer is no, then we'll go to Linda Allen's company at the Pearson Plaza, would be step number 2. All right, entertain a motion to adjourn.
And the windows do need a lot of work.
I'll second that.
Okay,
When you were gonna find out about the window people?
The window
Oh,
person
window
from
man,
Amesbury
yeah.
or
Oh, the window lady?
window lady?
What was I gonna find out about?
Well, I thought maybe you knew, we were asking if you knew who did Kenny's house.
That was the window.
Oh, no, that wasn't the window
Who
lady.
was it?
No, I think that was the contractors that did them over. I don't think the window ladies did them, did they?
I thought she did, yeah. I'm almost
I can
sure they
ask.
said that.
Well, when you're at the barn, ask
That's at
him.
the barn. I think it was the guys.
Oh.
Put
I don't remember.
put a little reminder on your phone to beep off while you're in there, because that's the way you'll remember. That's what I do, I'm telling
Yeah, you're
you.
at a social thing. You get it.
The windows. So some guy came in and spent about an hour with me, one of the weekends, and he wandered over to the windows and he said, "These are really a treasure."
Yeah.
He said, he looked at the width of the framing in there. He said, "These windows are probably worth more than the whole school."
Oh,
You know, because they're very narrow.
Yes,
and-
they
and
are.
Just old.
The styles.
And he said, "Oh, and look, some of the glass has been broken, and they put regular old pane glass back in." He says, "If you look, about 20% of them
You can tell,
aren't
yeah.
Where the
old
wavy-
glass."
I always try to get people to save their glass and reuse them in places because they get
Yeah.
thrown away
But
all the time.
if we're gonna have them fixed professionally, we should have
Old
have
glass.
the new glass broken and replaced with
But
old glass.
are any of these repairs things that need to be done before the winter?
Oh,
no.
No.
well, and they won't be done before the winter, but they absolutely should be done. They should have been done 2 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, the windows need to be re-scraped, repainted, and you can tell.
Somebody's father did it, one of the firemen's father did it a couple of years
Yeah.
ago, and he took them out one at a time and redid them, but they weren't, before they painted them, they didn't prime them.
Oh,
And so the latex went on, and you could pick up the latex on the
Yeah.
side
You
of
can,
the
you can tell the
window
ones that
and
were
take the
done
whole
right and
thing
ones that
off.
weren't.
It didn't,
Unfortunately.
nothing penetrated.
so did
And
they like
then, of course,
reglaze or
the
did they
paint,
just
because the
paint?
paint's not sticking,
Yeah.
Some of
the
them probably
caulk,
need to be reglazed.
the putty didn't stick.
Yeah.
Because
I
the
think
putty was.
most of the repairs are more just touching up, occasional glazing,
Yeah,
roughing it up and getting high quality sealer, then top coated with a good paint on there.
But he said, "Don't let these windows go, because they're just,
Yeah,
they're beautiful."
well, they're the most important part of the building.
Yeah.
So, all right, we've got a motion and seconded to adjourn. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye.